Right, Woodlands winners today, easy name. Down by the Seaside, aka Rocky. Gentlemen, Cameron Grant, hello to you.
G'day, how are we today?
Very good, mate. And Mark Hughes, welcome to you from sunny Melbourne.
Morning, Cobber. 20 degrees in the big smoke again. Crazy times in winter down here.
Heatwave in Ireland, and we're just looking forward to this warmer weather, that's for sure. Hughesy, I will start with you, mate, because we're going to do it a little bit differently today. We want to highlight just the one stallion in Down by the Seaside off the back of a pretty substantial weekend, but it's not just the last weekend. The horse is doing gangbusters everywhere, and we just decided we'll stick to the one stallion, but and highlight him.
Yep, absolutely. Rocky's journey to the top continues unabated. The last 7 days, and more importantly, the last 3 or 4 that we're going to review in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and the USA, he has been quite a force.
Yeah, and Cam, before we go too far, I suppose one of the knocks in New Zealand about some of the Sunbeat Somewhere horses, they're not suited to the New Zealand racing. They're better suited to the Australian racing. Seaside, Down by the Seaside, he breaks that, because he's winning so many races over there, and they're able to stay the long trip. They're also short course horses like Pink Seeker, but he's just doing a magic job fitting in so well with the different style of racing for New Zealand.
Yeah, you're right. Certainly that Sun Beach line, it's always had that little bit of a question mark to whether they can stay or not. But I certainly think Down by the Seaside's turned that on its head, which is really good. You're right, they can certainly run a strong mile, which is great, but over that kind of 2.6 and stuff, you're still seeing speed from them. So, look, he's early days in his siren career in this part of the world, but all things are pointing to a pretty bright future for him.
He hasn't got a big crop of horses in New Zealand either. I actually did have it up and then got off it, which is unusual for me, Cam, not to be organised. But I don't think he had 160. He's had 170 horses, I think, of racing age. Would that be right?
Yep, that sounds about spot on.
Yeah,
and like I said, he's got a couple of big books coming through. His 2-year-old crop's reasonably solid, and then his yearling crop too. And then he kind of quietens off a little bit, and I'm sure he'll bounce back into it this year.
I still had the wrong computer screen open there, but you can see them there. 98 the first season, 83, 50. Sorry, other way around. 13 the first season, then 50, 83, and 96 last year. So he's building, and as you said, getting better and better. But some of those horses that he has already left, like Coastal Babes and the like, Artie by the Seaside, they're strong fillies that are just going a really long distance.
Yeah, very much so. Like I said, they're certainly early days in their careers, but he's showing all signs that he's going to be a rock star moving forward. And like I said, I think he's got a very, very bright future.
He's a beautiful horse, Hughesy. You can tell here by the picture. You can see how he gets his name of Rocky.
Absolutely, mate. He's a muscled up young individual. We crunched the numbers on him like 12 months ago, and they were very similar in terms of percentages and winners to Lou at the same time. So we've always thought that he'll be right in some of these better studs' wheelhouses in the not-too-distant future. Pick up the paper today, or the internet, whatever you want to call it. What is he? 3rd on the 2-year-old list in North America, 3rd on the 3-year-old list. Building a brand, only 100,000 behind Always Be Mickey on the All-Age in the States. 33 individual 2-year-old winners down under so far this season, and we're only trucking in towards the end of August. So he is genuinely a stallion that's going to have a lot of influence, and already has. Yeah,
and you can just see off this video here why he is making it, because he's such an athletic horse. He plays, he has fun, good looking, got good scope. He ticks so many boxes, doesn't he?
Yeah, look, ticks a lot of boxes. He's an athlete. He was a great racehorse, great blood. Believes great types as well, big, strong, athletic, long individuals. And, those horses come to play at the races, and, they're never too far away.
I was at Mataranka Park the other day, and there was a horse walked straight up to us. It actually was very camera shy. I wanted to take over the whole camera. But I said to the girl straight away, is that a Seaside? He throws that stamp. You can pick him.
Yep, absolutely. Rocky certainly stamps them. Certainly stamps his boys as well, the big, strong, long, athletic types, like I said before. So looking forward to looking at some of these races that his progeny have won the last few days.
No, absolutely. Down by the Seaside out of the American native mare Sprig Hanover, but you have that Presidential Ball Cross over the beach towels, which works as well. You got Sun Beach. Just ticks so many boxes there. 22 wins himself, $2 million in stakes, and a best time of 1:49. There's nothing to not like about him.
No, nothing not to like about him at all. Brings all those great ingredients as a stud and influence as well. And we know that he's crossing with all the great broodmare lines, Major, Better's Delight, American Ideal, and the Western Ideal line as well. And there's a filly we're going to look at down the road here, and he had a great filly win at Scioto Downs on the weekend out of a Sweet Lou mare. So he's crossing with all the necessary broodmare lines.
We'll get to him. Cam, I'll start with you, though, because a trifecta in any race is a great effort. To have the first 4 home, 2 of these guys were having their first start. The leader breaks a hobble and still runs third, but we're going to highlight Liz Bourdin, if you like, for the Dalgetties and Team Woodlands. This was a really nice win, but Seaside ticks so many boxes here.
Very much so. Like, it was a very strong performance from the Woodlands horse. The first run, to be fair, they were pretty bullish on it, which was great. And look, it was a very good run, second up, which was nice. And look, it's nice to see the Down by the Seasides dominating the early part of the second half of the season. Look, the horse that ran, was the first one. She's out of a very, very good mare, Lancewood Lizzie, 250,000. And then the second one, storming home for Nathan. Prices have brought that off Paul and Mary Kenny. And look, out of Sweet on Me, exceptional Sweet Lou mare, and that certainly showed it's got a little bit of talent there as well. And you're right, no knock on the third horse, broken a hobble, turning for home, still runs third, trucks on, which is really nice. And then the fourth horse Down by the Seaside as well. And they've got a 54-mile rate too, which is really strong down there.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I'm going to correct you on one, because Seaside Brucey actually broke it down the back straight, got round that home turn at Gore. You can actually see it snap down there, and just terrific fortitude just to keep winning. It's had 4 starts now. It hasn't won a race. It's not far off. And I think once they can keep the hobbles on her legs, it'll be a much better response too. It's interesting too, the Sweet on Me, because unfortunately she's no longer with us. So that filly's going to be quite an expensive filly going forward for people in the breeding barn as well for the prices.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I think she came to a little bit of misfortune not long after they purchased the fillies. So I saw her the other week when I was down there, and she's a very, very nice, as Husey said, they're quite long but very, very strong type of horse. So I think she's only going to get better there as well. And they're going to have a bit of fun with that and some pretty awesome bloodlines to play with moving forward.
Yeah, the top 3 bred by great supporters of Woodlands with, I suppose the prices we can say great supporters. They didn't breed this filly, but they bought her. But then Dave Kennedy, of course, with Seaside Brucey. So all great supporters of Woodlands, strong supporters of all the boys, which, and they get their results, and that's one of the reasons why. Husey, another great supporter for Down by the Seaside. I think he's been his strongest advocate. I reckon that's fair to say. Aaron Dunn. We've spoken about this horse a few times. He's a ripper. He's just progressing slowly through his grades. He's actually now the fastest Australian-bred Seaside, and he's going to continue on that way with this run.
Yeah, look, Aaron's been a long-time supporter of the stallion and was on him pretty much from the get-go. 40 Love had a very good win Saturday night, driven aggressively from barrier 7 and straight to the top, and raced away in 155. As I say, Aaron's been a great supporter Down by the Seaside. I think he's got 3 or 4 very, very nice 2- and 3-year-olds in work by him, but also been a great supporter of Woodlands over the journey with Sweet Little American Ideal, and but certainly our number 1 advocate for Down by the Seaside.
Just want to point out one thing in this. You can just see there in the bottom right-hand corner, the quarters there. This was over the longer trip. So back to what Cam and I were alluding to, Husey, they can stay the trip. These a few of the other Seaside stallions potentially are a little bit found out when you get over that 20, anything over 2,000 metres, but 44 lead time, 30.2, 29.2, 27.4 and home in 28 and something. Just continue to build that speed and just ran them off their legs. Storm Rider had no answers for him.
Yeah, look, over the 11 furlong trip, we do know that they stay well. He's won a number of Oaks, have Down by the Seaside's daughters over the staying trips, and we always figured that they'd get over the journey down the road. Congratulations to Aaron. He's a lovely, lovely horse, and I'd say the Victorian Derby, sponsored by us, will be on that horse's radar.
Yep, exactly. I think that's what he's building to. I think there was a few horses stepped out over the weekend, actually looking forward to that. So that will be exciting coming up. Cam, we're going to go to you. We're going to go to the 6-year-old gelding by the Missile. Set a track record on the weekend. He is unbelievable, this horse. Brilliantly named by the Missile. He is a rocket.
Yeah, like I said, I think it was equal the track record and Canadian record, so 46.4. look, that horse is banked over 2.5 now, which is very good. And it just shows, again, that Down by the Seaside out of the Western Ideal, that cross, beautiful. And he's just a very, very good horse. He was a good young horse, and he's just kept it going. So that's what we're quite liking to see as well. It's always nice that you can get the wins early, but it's nice that you can kind of keep going a little bit older in your career and press on and still get the results, because we don't often see that in that part of the world. They often, as you know, and being a gelding certainly is probably why he's still out there, because he's a bit limited. But look, it's nice to see him pressing on and getting the results.
Yeah, they definitely can't sire any horses, Cam, once they've been gelded, just in case you failed that part of the birds and the bees. I'm not sure. I'm not sure there at all.
I heard of the miracle pregnancies.
But it is super impressive. And I did say the 6-year-old part because they are the Canadian Derby, but they're for the older horses. We were talking about this prior to the show, but he's actually competed in it before. It was great reading the article on Standardbred Canada site and listening to Yannick, and he said he can be a bit hot, but he said he settled so well. He said, but the further the race went, the more he blew up. And I gather that means he must have been grabbing hold of the reins. And he said, Yannick said, I just knew he was home when he let him go. And he was kind to him on the line. He probably kicking himself because he probably should have had the track record by himself. If he'd leaned out a little bit more and a couple more yards, he would have been wrapped with him.
No, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. He's certainly into the end of the race. He just eased up indeed. So you're right. Probably a bit of one of those have a think and look back moments and go, oh, maybe I should have. But hey, I'm sure next week he's drawn the 4-pole, I think, in the final. So hopefully he can kind of go and do that again and get the job done.
Yep, and it is exciting. We're going to touch on another gelding that we touched on last week in a minute with Husey. But Husey, we're going to go with Odds On is the name we have featured here a little bit. Great supporters of a couple of the stadiums that stand at the boys. But Chesapeake, this horse out in front for Chris. Oh, he's not out in front. It's actually behind the leader, tips and rolls here in a minute. Chris Page, and another great supporter of the boys, Virgil Morgan Jr.
Yeah, Odds On Chesapeake, $100,000 Nadia Lobel Saturday night at Scioto Downs, and that's her tip into the outside and coming down in the middle of the track and winning the race. Comprehensively now. She's a very, very nice 3-year-old filly, closing in on $400,000 in earnings. And as I spoke about before, out of a sweet Lou mare called Macroon. So beautiful filly, got the probably has maybe the Ohio size stake at her mercy in the coming weeks, and she's a top-notch filly, and one of those fillies you probably see at the back end of the season, possibly in the Breeders' Crown. But lovely filly, good night for Seaside and Scioto, 2 divisions of the $50,000 Colts and Gelding Ohio size stake in
with momentum, he had 3 into the stretch. Interesting. Go back and I'll play this video at the end of it. Have a listen to the race call. Was the caller critical on Chris Page for pulling out? But I think he pulled out because he just had too much horse. He gives him a backhand of the commentator does just as they turn it for home. But yeah, he was super impressive. And I think when drivers of the ilk, like of Chris and Yannick and these guys do what they do, you know those horses are given a great feel back down the reins. Or the lines, as they call them.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And those boys certainly know what they're doing with these Seasides.
He did indeed. I'm just trying to find those other couple. There's this horse here, Husey. Now, you tell me that this is one of the best bred horses in North America. And I go by Gentleman Club. I'm just trying to find the thing that actually changed that over. It's here somewhere. There it is right there. Gentleman Club by Seaside. This horse took out the $50,000 size stakes for the 2-year-old Colts and Geldings in 51 and 4. So this horse probably could have been a highlight for us.
Yeah, it probably could have been. But, hopefully down the road, this horse will be part of the 2-year-old size stake finals down the road. Gentleman's Club, beautiful horse, mate. Out of one of the all-time great mares, see you at Peerless. So for anybody that wants to have a look at a pedigree that's stacked, then go and have a look at this particular young horse's pedigree. But Lindy's Dragonheart won as well there Saturday night. So, very positive night for Seaside at Scioto. 4
of the first 5 in the in that previous one, and 3 of the first 5 in this one here as well. So well and truly getting the job done. And a horse, Husey, I did allude there before with Cam about a horse, and I'm going to try and find it as we go. But was at Harrisburg today because we record this on a Monday, so this will go up on The Red Mile it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, Red Mile today, Harrisburg Heist. Yep.
I'm just trying to. They're still going there at the minute, I think. So hopefully this is the race meeting. I'm just trying to find it. Probably should have looked for it first. Would have been a lot easier. There he is there. It's unofficial. This is hot off the press. Pity it's going the next day, Hughesy. That's the only part about it. But he was a horse that we did highlight last week, and he's won only in 49 and 4 there for the 3-year-old Kentucky Championship $80,000 race, driven by Yannick as well. So that's a huge result. And a little horse we did highlight last week, and Hughesy, a gelding as well. So people are going to be able to see this horse racing through for a long time yet to come.
Yeah, no, another very good win. He's building a nice little brand, this horse, through the Red Mile, and another very, very good horse of Seaside's 2-year-old Brandon Boulevard will appear at the Red Mile tomorrow, aiming for 5 out of 5. So exciting times for Seaside, stateside, New Zealand, Canada, and Australia.
Yep, and that's the thing. They're winning everywhere, and New Zealand. Don't forget the New Zealanders.
Yep.
So, yeah, doing an awesome job. That is for sure. People want to get in touch with you guys. Best way to do it, hopefully, is on the bottom of one of these. Yep, Mark Hughes on 0451 650 707 or mark@woodlandstud.com.au. Just emailing at that, but you can see the boys' service fees are there. Of course, Bettor's Delight, Lather Up, Speeding Spur, and Sweet Lou all standing alongside. Early bird special still going for Bettor's Delight, Hughesy?
Yeah, no, Hurley Bird will be available for him. No problem at all.
And then Cam with New Zealand, Cameron Grant on +64 if you're outside of Australia, but 022 096 1897 or Cameron@woodlandstud.co.nz. Just remember .co, not the other part. If I say it, then I'll confuse people, but .co is the best place to email you guys. And, of course, you also have the luxury, Cam, of a few service fees to American Ideal, albeit I don't think there's too many of them left.
Yeah, no, you're right. We've got a few there, which is good. Like I said, I think probably the next couple of years he'll still be here just floating around. But yes, still got the option in New Zealand. And like I said, if the Australians want to have a crack, over here's the way to do it.
Yep. No, well done, boys. Thank you. As I said, highlighting Rocky, but the whole stud is there. Go to woodlandstud.com. Woodlandstud.co.nz for the website, and you'll be able to click there onto the link. You'll be able to follow all the parts to the stallions. Very, very inclusive website. If I can I've got too many mice in front of me. That's my issue, but I might be able to do this. We'll get this up before we cut off, but you can go to the website there, click on the stallions. We're on Seaside, but you go to Lather Up, brings up everything. There's videos down the side, gives you all updates there as they go across, and it is that simple. Click of the button, everything is there, including their service fee straight away, and videos, testimonials, crosses at work, the whole box and dice. So very, very simple to use and easy to get there. You got the option of ringing the boys. Go to the website first, then ring the boys. Hughesy, I think you're on the road. You're getting out on the road in the next few days?
Yeah, we'll hit the road. We're sponsoring at Bathurst, the entire meeting on Wednesday night, and Wagga as well on Friday. So hitting the New South Wales regions, looking forward to that, getting out in the car and chortling along the highway, mate. So catch up with any breeders that are there, and just very good to get out and press the flesh and shake hands and kiss babies, as we say.
I was at Woodlands I was at Wagga, Riverina Paceway, give it a follow, but of course Woodlands were one of the first major sponsors there. I think you guys had to pay for your sign. I got mine for nothing. Just one of the players still there too. That's one of those little ones that happens.
There you go. Well, I'll make a note of that on the file for when I go to renegotiate with Wagga then.
It's only little. Mine's only little. That's the only difference. And Hughesy, just before we do go, I do know that Steve Devereaux from Tas Racing, not Tas Racing, Hobart, what do they go by? I forgot the actual official title of it.
They go by the title of
Tasmanian Trotting Club. That's what they are.
Yeah, we'll have a involvement down there with them at some stage. So, which is good. Good news. Spreading our wings, and the Tasmanians have always been very good breeders with us. I'll be down in Tassie next week as well doing the rounds. So, looking forward to that as well, heading to God's country.
He was very happy with that. I think I got the message at about 10 o'clock at night. I know you're going to tell me, turn your phone off, but when you get a text message at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday night, oh, this will be important. And I was just Steve Devereaux saying, well done. So, so they're up and about, which is great.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Looking forward to that. And, it's breeding season underway 2 weeks today at this stage, September the 8th, which is hard to believe, but we're right on the doorstep.
No, absolutely. Husey, thank you.
Thanks, Colin.
Cameron, thank you very much, mate. You getting on the road at all?
Yeah, I've been out quite a bit already, but probably floating around Canterbury a bit more at the moment. So, with a couple of weeks to go, we're always around and catching up with people all the time.
I did see the boys from NZB put a post up of a very icy, cold-looking day, so I reckon I'll be staying home as much as I could for you as well, mate. So it's no good.
You're brave going down there in August, that's for sure.
Thank you very much, boys. Down by the seaside, of course, standing at Woodlands Stud. Rocky, as he's more affectionately known, doing an awesome job. Keep an eye on all the winners that he is leaving. But thank you, boys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you.
To the inside, it's Coach's Corner with the lead to 3/4 in 1:20 and By the Missile and Shingra now out of the deuce, and here comes By the Missile after leader Coach's Corner, and he's taking over the lead and trying to draw clear. It's By the Missile now taking over. Coach's Corner trying to battle back, and behind them is Captain Luke and Maximus Mickey, Helium and Musketeer Hanover, but By the Missile is drawing away to take Canadian Pacing Derby limb number 2. He'll win it by 4. It is By the Missile over Coach's Corner and Maximus Mickey in 1:46.4, a track record equaling performance.
It's 40 Love with about 500 to travel. Storm Rider is still right there, 3 metres away. Then Hit the Road Jack third, but giving ground. Likewise, Invitation Only. Lincoln River gets to the outside, then Komodo. And Dorligiri held up from VMG McRae. 27 for the third quarter. The two favourites get away. It's 40 Love about 3 metres in front of Storm Rider, who needs to find. End of the straight, though. 40 Love is clear. Storm Rider's losing a bit of ground on him now. Dorligiri 10 metres away makes ground from Hit the Road Jack, but 40 Love is getting away from them, and 40 Love is going to be too good. Wins it by 6 metres. Second, Storm Rider. Third, Dorligiri, and fourth, Komodo, I think. Just
Brucey leads by 2 lengths. Lizzie Borden staying with him. 3 lengths away, Indulge Me. Then came Crimson Tide, and the Rock and Roll Dude has galloped up to the bend, and a better's legacy around the bend. Looks like Seaside Brucey has got broken gear, but still in front. Leads by a length. Lizzie Borden the outside in second spot. Then came Indulge Me. Lizzie Borden alongside of Seaside Brucey. Lizzie Borden hit the lead. Indulge Me charges late, but Lizzie Borden gets the prize. Lizzie Borden first. Great debut. Indulge Me in second spot. Seaside Brucey third. Then
to Fansville. She's trying to get in gear, moving up on the outside. Prolific Fire at the rail. Strange Summer and the trailer My Hair Legend. She starts to move, has about 8 or 9 to make up. 122-2, 27-1 backside. It's Odds On Hialeah. Sammy Joe Hanover is pouring on the pressure. Odds On Chesapeake from the pocket to 3 wide. Fansville will replace her and dive into the passing lane with momentum into the stretch. Odds On Hialeah got steppy. Sammy Joe Hanover takes over center of the track. Odds On Chesapeake. Odds On Chesapeake and Sammy Joe Hanover to the wire together. Fansville.